Hi, this is Sharon Lim. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I blog at sharingitwithyou.blogspot.com. And today we're doing this lovely card made with the warm welcome stamp set and coordinating dies. We're using this one in particular. Let's get started. First, you're going to need a card base that measures soft suede 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. A piece of DSP measuring 5.5 by 1.5. A couple strips of soft suede 5.5 by half, 5/8 by 2 1/4. 2 pieces of basic white for the first layer here, measuring 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and then the inside 4 by 5 1/4. A piece of coastal Cabana measuring, I'm going to layer this one up for you, measuring 3.5 by 4, and then a piece of the natural finish ribbon that measures 2 inches, and the linen thread that measures 4. So start with the card base and go ahead and fold along the score line that's there, using my bone folder to make it nice and crisp. Take the DSP and adhere it to the edge of the card like this. Taking the strip and putting it alongside about here, not quite centered there. And then let's see, I can go ahead and do the inside one on here just to get it off of the mat. Since it's such a dark cardstock, I like to put some white in here so it's easier to write some sentiment in here. For the ribbon, I'll take that off for a second. And for the strip, we'll do our sentiment in a minute. I'll bring this back. So I'm going to bring in the Stamparatus. And you're going to take the piece of Coastal Cabana here, because you're just going to line that up. So let me ink that up with some early espresso. I'll put my stamp there, stamp set, just to cushion it as I'm inking. I'm putting it down there. And as I showed you before, we're using that die where I'm using it. You can run it through twice, but I like using some either washi tape or things to put it together, so you only have to run it through once. And once you run it through the cutting and embossing machine with the magic of TV, that's what it looks like. So I'll set that aside here. And then we're going to put the inside hands on the other side of the plate. So I'm going to put it here, ink that up. That way you don't have to worry about positioning. And that's the two hands kind of doing a cheers in the door. And you move the Stamparatus. And I use some pens right here to be able to color the card. So I'm going to use some Coastal Cabana here, just on the sleeve here, and the cup here. And then the early espresso kind of did the opposite. So a little bit of this mug, and then these sleeves, stripes, just for fun. Bring the card back in here, because basically it's going to set about here in the center. So I'll put some adhesive on there. And then for this one, I'm going to use some foam strips. And the easiest thing I find is taking just one strip off and then cutting it accordingly here. So I'm going to put one, kind of go around the door and use my snips. Sorry about that for bumping the camera. This one's a little too thin to go here, so I'm going to skip that, but I'm going to put more strips on this side and also here. So I just need a little bit more to finish out the frame, just so it sits up nicely. So I'll put some along this edge and then 2 short ones right there. And there you go. And that'll just kind of lift it all up. So I'm going to take the release paper on all those off. Oops. And then line it up here so it makes it look like it's actually behind the door. There you go. This little strip, we're gonna use some, I have some white Stazon, but you can also do some white embossing too. Let's spend some time together. And that one I'm going to put a little glue because it just is going to sit right here. So just a little bit on the door here and on this side. Like that. And then this is what I call my faux bow technique. The 2 inches of the ribbon and the about 4 inches of the linen thread. Find the center, make a knot. So 1 knot, do a double knot, open it up, and you have a bow. Whether or not you want these legs to hang down or not, you can cut them off. I'm just going to trim them just to make them even. A little glue dot for the center. And adhere right there. And there you go. Let's spend some time together. Thanks for letting me share this with you. Please like, comment, or subscribe on my YouTube channel. You can also find me at sharing it with you on Instagram. Thanks and have a great day. Bye.